Hey guys, Ashley here with another sort of talk episode. And well, this title is basically as it seems. Are the homunculi really evil? Now, this is going to be part one of my perspective, and the other video will be done by my good pal Danny Ayu. So yeah. Also, if you want to know, I will be getting to Brotherhood eventually in time, but for now, I just feels as though this might actually seem like a good time. Because, well, let's just say, all I'm just gonna say is that, well, I'm just gonna hold off a little bit on Brotherhood, but don't worry, I will get to it eventually. Now, you're basically wondering, why am I basically talking about the homunculi, and why would I basically, assume that they aren't evil when clearly in the show they're depicted as? Not really. Because, well, when you think about it, the homunculi and their actions, they don't really seem to be doing it on their own, but rather they're doing this because, well, they were ordered to. And you basically should know, and you should know why. As basically we see throughout the show, the homunculi, they were actually, well, they were sort of depicted as the villains when we first met them. Such like with lust, gluttony, envy. Greed didn't really count since, well, he had his own goals to achieve, as well as he basically was the only homunculus that was smart enough to actually, well, not want to be ruled by someone who basically wouldn't care about what happens to these homunculi. Seriously, if these homunculi got seriously hurt or anything, Dante wouldn't even care. And, well, honestly, I just feel pretty bad for these homunculi because, well, when you think about it, I think the real enemy and the real villains of the show are the humans. Because, well, when you think about it, look at how it went on with the military and just, seriously, you get what I'm saying. And these homunculi, even though they were kind of pulling all the strings and all, they too themselves were feeling like the puppets. And pretty much the puppet master is none other than Dante. Pretty much the example of the homunculi not really being that bad is, well, when we have that episode with lust. Of course, envy and gluttony were present as well. And, well, we see that she's not really evil at all. I mean, she really didn't seem all that bad. I mean, she was pondering about where did she come from and why. Sure, there was a little moment where we had with envy, but I don't think he really did count because, well, he was just lying about how he used to look. Which, you should already know, kind of in the second last episode, we did see what he looked like. What he really looked like. And, well, pretty much, when homunculi do have their moments of kind of talking with each other and interacting, it actually seems genuine, and you actually can't help but actually wonder, are these guys really that bad? Because even though what they did is kind of bad, but honestly, they have their reasons. And of course, if they don't do it, they would be severely punished by Dante. And if you basically know how greed was sealed, you basically should know why. Or how he basically got sealed back into the gate. You basically should know why too. And the only way to truly kill a homunculus is A, get the remains. B, pretty much bring a transmutation circle with the exact symbol of how to seal them. And 3, have them cough out the red stones and they are pretty much weakened. Yeah, these homunculi are a lot more advanced than the ones in Brotherhood because they only have to rely on a single stone. I'm not making it up. That's literally it. I won't say much about Brotherhood, but trust me, I will probably get to that. Probably talk about it. But anyways, pretty much what I basically thought about it as well is that if a homunculus is made by the alchemist, wouldn't it make sense for the alchemist to actually raise the homunculus? Because, well, even if it's not the person they actually thought they were, they're still kind of counted as a living being. Because, well, if I were to create a homunculus, I would do whatever I can to take care of it. I mean, if you actually think about it, the alchemists are the ones who just made them this way. And I can't really blame them for being upset. And, well, the one who controls them, Dante, pretty much does whatever she can to brainwash them, manipulate them, and making them think of what they're doing is right. I mean, Envy kind of has a common sense, but even he basically is getting manipulated as well. Even though clearly she's... I'm not gonna even bring that up. No, wait, I should. The fact that Dante is Envy's mom, but Envy doesn't really see that anymore. And from what I can gather, Envy and Dante's relationship is not that great. I mean, seriously. My guess is that the reason why he stayed with her is because she was the one who raised him, and the fact that she didn't abandon him. Envy kind of has a little bit of abandonment issues. But I think it's obvious that he has much bigger of daddy issues because, well, Hohenheim of Light actually left. Honestly. And Hohenheim was the one who made Envy. Can you really blame Envy for having this grudge for so long? I mean, seriously, I felt bad for the poor guy. I just want to give the guy a hug. Then again, I think as though he might actually stab me like the way he did to Ed, but, just give him a chocolate parfait and it'll be good. But I think the example of a homunculus that really isn't evil, who didn't start out evil, was Wrath. You know, in the episode where he was properly shown and he made his proper introduction, the obvious B is that, well, Wrath pretty much as a kid, he didn't know any better, and he had amnesia, which obviously is a very big cliche, but it actually did work, and the fact that he was a kid. Honestly, Wrath throughout that episode did nothing wrong. I mean, sure, he kind of did squeeze a mouse, but that's beside the point. I mean, it's pretty much a mouse. I mean, what's he gonna do? And yet, the one person who pretty much drove him to run away and pretty much get all into this trouble was Ed. Seriously, Ed? Why would he do this to him? I mean, throughout the episode, Ed was basically getting paranoid with that kid, and of course, basically when he hears about his arm and his leg basically being taken, and assuming that the homunculus has something to connect with, and herpader, pretty much, use your brain for once, kid. But still, I felt really bad for Wrath. I mean, the only ones who didn't really seem to hurt him were Al and Azumi and Sig. I mean, seriously, you pretty much need to know that Ed really wasn't that great of a character in that episode. And of course, Winry didn't do anything to hurt him. Seriously, if I was in that episode and I saw Ed doing that to Wrath, I would just go over, slap him. It's like, you idiot! What do you honestly think you're doing? I mean, he's a kid. He does not do anything wrong. I mean, seriously, he's not doing anything wrong. But, yeah. And, of course, when we get to that base with, well, the fact that Wrath got taken away by Armstrong and Archer. And, well, they were doing God knows what to him. I mean, seriously, what the heck was that going on about? And that's when Envy showed up. Now, Envy did get the news by Sloth, who basically showed her location. And that, well, Envy basically seemed pretty happy about going to get a new homunculus. Because, well, when you think about it, Envy's sort of like a guardian to these homunculi. I mean, he doesn't want anything bad to happen to them. Plus, they are sort of like his new family. And the fact that Envy wanted a family that would actually pretty much be better than the one he used to have, it would actually make sense for why he would bother to do this. He's not really doing it just because he's told to, but it's because, well, he feels sympathy for these homunculi, and I can't really blame him for that. That's why I dubbed him as, well, Envy the Guardian. Seriously, he has like a role of a guardian, to be honest. A guardian angel. Now, anyways, when the scene where he's feeding Wrath the red stones, it isn't really a manipulation, even though it kind of does seem like it, and it kind of seems like a drug trip. It's like trying to sell him drugs, like, hey kid, you want some candy? I don't know, okay, bad example. But, yeah, when I'm saying that, Envy didn't do anything to hurt him, he was just there to help. I mean, seriously, if you actually pay attention to the scene, you can see that Wrath is scared, of course, but Envy didn't really do anything to hurt him. Okay? And the stones weren't really corrupting him or anything. They were just helping jog his memory. And of course, Wrath has taken inspiration from Envy. That's the reason why you would see him wearing that outfit. And of course, Wrath became, well, the Wrath we know now. And of course, if Ed basically had caused that much trouble for him, it would only make sense for Wrath to be very angry with him. Then again, he was also angry with Azumi for abandoning him at the gate. But Azumi pretty much had guilt. And pretty much, I honestly wouldn't blame her of what she tried to do. But I'm pretty sure that deep inside, she knows that this homunculus was still her child regardless. And pretty much at the end of Conquer Shambhala, or at least some part of it, they're actually reunited, and it actually is a very touching moment. Seriously. When I first watched that, I pretty much cried. I mean, seriously, that was just really sweet. But, yeah. But as I'm saying, are the homunculi really evil? Because, honestly, when you actually look at the episodes and actually pay attention to their behaviors, their personalities, their goals, and their reasons, it pretty much would make sense that these homunculi are acting pretty much as the victims because they actually had pretty much taken orders from someone who pretty much couldn't care less about them and pretty much did it for her own selfish desires. Honestly, these homunculi seem to be more human than we actually think they are. And want to know why? Because, well, Green mentioned about attaching a soul to a piece of armor, which is kind of weird since, well, why would he want to do that? But, it actually goes to show that homunculus actually does in fact have a soul. Because, well, if they didn't have a soul, they would be like, or pretty much just, well, something that didn't have any emotions. No humanity at all. And, well, the obvious would happen to be is, well, the biggest question, are they monsters? I get that monster would be kind of a big thing, considering that something that is not human, but, wouldn't monster actually assume that they don't have humanity in them or something? Because, well, that was the definition of a monster. But they can think. They are intelligent. They are capable of feeling things. And yet Dante is manipulating them and not pretty much wanting them to feel emotions. Especially human emotions. Which begs to differ. Are these homunculi really that bad? I don't think so. But yeah, I probably shouldn't be going on about this because, well, it will take me a whole lot to actually fully explain. But these are just my thoughts. And, well, sorry if I stuttered in some of the videos. I mean, in some of this video. But I just thought I'd get my reasons across. Or just pretty much saying, and this is pretty much just my opinion. Anyways. So yeah, pretty much this was my take. Hopefully you guys will actually get a chance to see how Danny feels. So yeah, Danny, I'm pretty much leaving you to do the rest, girl. And as for you guys, I hope you all have a great night.